Ethan Cole wasn't the smartest person in the room. He wasn't the loudest either. If you saw him in high school, you probably wouldn't remember him. Quiet kid, average grades, always thinking about something but never finishing anything. That was his problem. He started things. He just never stayed with them. 1 month it was learning coding. 2 weeks later it was fitness. Then trading. Then YouTube. Then something else. Every new idea felt exciting. Every new beginning felt powerful. But every middle felt boring. And Ethan always quit in the middle. One evening, he was sitting in his room staring at his laptop screen. 5 tabs open. A half-written business plan. A paused online course. A YouTube video playing in the background. His phone lighting up every few minutes. He felt busy, but deep down he knew something was wrong. He wasn't building anything. He was just consuming. And that night, something unusual happened. His internet went out. Completely. No Wi-Fi. No signal. Silence. At first he felt irritated. He reached for his phone. Nothing. He refreshed the page. Nothing. He sat back in his chair. For the first time in months, there was nothing pulling at him. No notifications, no scrolling, no distractions. Just him and the unfinished document on his screen. He stared at it. Then slowly, he started working. Not jumping between tabs, not checking anything, just writing. One idea at a time, one paragraph at a time. An hour passed. He didn't notice. 2 hours passed. Still writing. For the first time in years, he felt something different. Clarity. When the internet finally came back, he didn't even care. He had entered a different state. A deeper one. The next day, Ethan tried something. He turned off the Wi-Fi on purpose. Just for 2 hours. It felt strange, almost uncomfortable, but he worked, and he finished something. Not perfect, but finished. That was new. Finishing was new. Days turned into weeks. Every evening, same ritual, Wi-Fi off, phone in another room, door closed, no dramatic music, no motivational speeches, just quiet work. At first, nothing changed. No money, no big results, no praise. But something invisible was growing. His concentration deepened. His thoughts became sharper. His confidence slowly strengthened. He stopped chasing new ideas. He chose one and stayed. 3 months later, he launched the project he had been postponing for 2 years. It wasn't viral. It wasn't huge, but it was real. 6 months later, it started earning. A year later, it replaced his job. People were shocked. Bro, when did you learn all this? They thought it was sudden. It wasn't sudden. It was focused. While they were switching between trends, Ethan was repeating the same task every day. While they were starting 10 things, he was finishing one. That's the difference no one sees. Focus looks boring from the outside, but it builds power on the inside. 2 years later, Ethan was invited to speak at a small entrepreneur meetup. Someone in the audience asked him, "What was the turning point?" He thought for a moment. Then he said, "The day I stopped dividing my attention." That was it. Not a lucky break, not a secret strategy, just undivided focus. He explained that success didn't come from working harder. It came from working without interruption, from staying in the room longer than his distractions, from doing the same important thing long enough for it to work. Most people think success requires something dramatic, a big moment, a big opportunity. But Ethan's story was different. It was quiet, slow, almost invisible. He didn't become powerful overnight. He became powerful minute by minute. Each time he ignored a distraction. Each time he stayed with the task. Each time he chose depth over dopamine. And over time, that discipline separated him. Not because he was extraordinary, but because he stopped scattering his energy. Years later, if you walked into his office, you'd see awards on the wall. Recognition, growth, stability. But none of that started with talent. It started the night the internet went out. The night he experienced what it felt like to work without noise. That night taught him something most people never learn. Focus is not intensity. It's endurance. It's staying with something long enough for it to grow. Ethan didn't win because he was the best. He won because he didn't leave. And that is the power of staying focused. In a world addicted to distraction, the person who can stay becomes unstoppable.